Welcome to the Render Report podcast. I'm Khalid and I'm coming to you from New York City with a message that may make some people uncomfortable. But if you are a business leader in Morocco who is serious about competing in the AI age, you need to hear this. Look, I could start this podcast with the usual cheerleading about Morocco's bright digital future. I could quote government statistics and paint a rosy picture. But that's not going to help your business, and frankly, that's not what you need right now. What you need is someone who is going to tell you the truth about where Morocco reality stands with artificial intelligence AI, what the current government approach is missing, and most importantly, what you can do about it starting today. Over the next 25 minutes, we are going to have an honest conversation about AI in Morocco, the good, the bad, and the opportunities that everyone else is missing. Let me be clear about something from the start. I have been teaching computer science in New York for over 15 years. I have worked with many companies implementing AI, helping startups scale globally, and I have watched market transform when they embrace AI the right way and crash when they don't. I started paying attention to Morocco about 2 years ago when I noticed something troubling. Moroccan businesses kept reaching and asking the same desperate questions. How do we actually implement AI? Everyone's talking about it, but what do we actually do? And here is what really got to me. These weren't small companies. These were successful manufacturers, financial services firms, logistics companies with decades of experience, smart business leaders who had built profitable companies, suddenly feeling lost because the conversation around AI in Morocco has become so disconnected from reality. I dug deeper and what I found frankly pissed me off. Morocco has incredible potential. We have talented developers. We have growing businesses. We have geographic advantages that most countries would kill for it. But the national conversation about AI, it's all wrong. The government keeps talking about grand strategies and training 15,000 people by 2026. But meanwhile, real businesses are struggling to figure out whether they should even bother with AI or it is just another expensive distraction they cannot afford. So I had a choice. Stay quiet and keep collecting consulting fees from my client and teaching my classes, or start telling Moroccan business leaders what they actually need to hear. I choose honesty. Here is what nobody is telling you about AI in Morocco right now. Most of the conversation is complete bullshit. I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but let me explain. Every week I see announcements about new AI initiatives, new partnership with international tech companies, new government programs, and it is all sound impressive until you start asking basic questions like, what exactly are they building? How will this help actual business? Where are the measurable results? Anyway, here is the truth. Morocco is having an AI strategy conversation when most businesses haven't even figured out basic data management, of course. It's like debating which Ferrari to buy when you haven't learned to drive. Let me give you some example of what I mean. The skill gap nobody talks about. The government keeps announcing plans to train thousands of AI professionals. But here is what they are not telling you. You can't train AI specialists if your workforce does not understand fundamental concepts like data quality, process automation, or even a basic statistical thinking. It's like trying to teach surgery to people who have never taken anatomy. The infrastructure reality, that's a big point. Everyone talks about building AI capabilities, but how many Moroccan companies have clean, accessible data? And we know it's really difficult in Morocco to have a really good information or data. How many have reliable cloud infrastructure? Few big companies maybe? How many have established data governance policies? And you cannot build AI on the foundation of Excel, spreadsheet, and manual process, of course. I keep hearing stories about AI transformation that are going to revolutionize everything. But when I ask for specific example, for measurable results, for case studies, silence, of course. Because most of these AI projects are expensive experiments that looks good in press release but don't actually solve business problems. And here is the thing that really frustrates me. This isn't unique to Morocco. I see the same AI type cycle in every market, but Morocco can't afford to waste the time on AI terror. You are competing with countries that have a massive tech budget and decade of infrastructure development. You need AI strategies that actually work, no AI strategy that sound impressive in government meeting. The opportunity is real, the potential is absolutely there, but the current approach, how about it, is setting up Moroccan business for expenses failure. Alright, so let's get practical. If you are a business leader in Morocco and you want to actually benefit from AI, not just talk about it, but actually implement it successfully, of course, here is your roadmap. Before you think about AI, you need to understand what data you have. Spend 1 day documenting every piece of information your business collects. Sales record, for example, customer interaction, inventory levels, employee performance, financial transaction, everything dealing with the data. Then ask yourself 3 real legitimate questions. Is this data accurate? Is it accessible? Is it useful? If you can't answer yes to all 3, you are not ready for AI. You need to fix your data foundation first. Make a list of your 5 biggest business problems, not technology problem, a business problem. Things like we constantly run out of popular items. Customer complaints take too long to resolve. Quality control is inconsistent. And we can't predict which customers are about to leave. For each problem, ask, would have a better information help solve this? Could automation reduce the time or cost? If the answer is yes, you may have an AI opportunity. Don't start with machine learning, start with the basic automation. Can you automate report generation? Can you set up automatic alerts when inventory gets low? Can you create a simple dashboard that gives you real-time visibility into your operations? There aren't technical AI, but they are building the foundation of AI. Here is where it gets tricky. Morocco has talented developers and data scientists, but be very careful about who you work with. As for specific example of project they are completed, ask for references you can actually call. Ask them to explain their approach in simple terms. If they start with buzzwords like deep learning and neural network, be skeptical. If they start by asking about your business problems and your data, that's a good sign. This is crucial. Before you implement any AI solution, define exactly what success looks like. How will you measure ROI? What specific improvement do you expect? Set clear benchmark and timeline. If someone tells you AI benefits can be measured, they are lying. Every successful AI implementation I have seen has generated measurable, quantifiable business value. Don't start with the coolest technology. Don't try to solve multiple problems at once. Don't believe anyone who promises AI will solve all your problems. Don't spend money on solutions you don't understand. And absolutely, don't implement AI just because your competition are taking a step ahead about you or talking about it. Here is something the government critics miss. Morocco actually has some unique advantages for AI implementation. You have industry where AI can make immediate impact: manufacturing, agriculture, logistics. We have multilingual workforce that can work with international clients. You have cost advantages that make AI experimentation affordable. What you need to approach is intelligently, not follow someone else's AI strategy that doesn't fit your reality. Let me be direct about something. Morocco's digital transformation is going to happen with or without your business. The question is whether you are going to be a leader in that transformation or casualty of it. I've seen this pattern in markets around the world. There is always a moment when the early adopter of new technology start pulling ahead, and suddenly everyone else is playing catch up. Morocco is approaching that moment right now. The businesses that invest in digital transformation now, thoughtfully, strategically, with proper planning, will have enormous competitive advantages. They will be more efficient, more responsive to customers, better positioned for international expansion, and more attractive to top talent. The businesses that wait will find themselves competing on price alone, struggling to attract good employees, and constantly reacting to more innovative competitor. But here is the good news. Morocco is still early enough in this transformation that there is a time to get it. Of course, get it right. You don't have to be first, but you can't afford to be last. 5 years from now, there are going to be two types of businesses in Morocco. Those that figure out how to use AI practically and profitably, and those that are still talking about AI strategies while their competitors eat their market share. I'm Khalid. This has been the Render Report podcast, and I will see you in the next episode.